Sunday's emergency summit in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, comes as President Pierre Nkurunziza's government faces more isolation over its plans to forge ahead with elections. The European Union, as well as the influential Catholic Bishops' Conference, have both withdrawn their monitoring missions, citing concerns over the credibility of the polls. Talks between the political stakeholders have also broken down after an opposition leader critical of Nkurunziza's bid for a third term in office was killed. This weekend, the East African regional bloc has a huge task on its hands.
There's a sacrosanct rule, or cardinal rule as it were, that regional groupings cannot interfere with the internal sovereignty of neighboring states. And this is generally one they tend to observe to the letter. What they normally try and do is negotiate in good faith and try and come up with much more democratic frameworks around how a country can alleviate a particular political problem, as was the case in Zimbabwe, as was the case in Madagascar.
It's not clear whether Burundi's president will take part in Sunday's meeting. He's at odds with East African leaders, frustrated by the unrest that has followed the attempted coup. President Nkurunziza believes that postponing the elections will create a dangerous vacuum.
He faces a serious credibility problem within the East African community and the broader international community if he pursues a third term in such circumstances. It is clearly a problem with the Burundian people, hence the demonstrations.
President Jacob Zuma, a mediator in the Burundi crisis a decade ago, will also be attending the summit. About 25 people have died and a further 100,000 have fled across the border as a result of violent protests against Nkurunziza's bid for a third term in office. A bid which was upheld by the courts but is widely being criticized for violating the spirit of a 2005 peace accord which ended a long-running civil war. Jakaya, SABC News.